If you are in McCord's Web Live class where you meet with him over Zoom, watch this only after you have performed the play in class. If you are in his online class where you have no Zoom class meetings, watch this now. Viewer discretion is advised.
Howdy, you all. I've been mining these here hills for the last 50 years, and never have I heard a more interesting tale than the tale of Sheriff Jonny Pleasure. You see, Jonny weren't no ordinary sheriff. He was a utilitarian sheriff, and I don't think folks took any too kindly to that at first. Looky, there's Sheriff Jonny now. Let's listen in. This is the life. My theory is that everyone should do things that produce pleasure for the greatest number of people and avoid things that cause pain to people. That's my moral theory, and I reckon I'll be running this town in accordance with that moral theory.
Hey, you can't do that. Yeah, with all due respect, I think you could use a little bit of religion, Sheriff. If everyone did things that produced pleasure, we'd all live like pigs. Yeah, according to your theory, human beings should just sit around all day eating candy. Mere pleasure may make animals happy, but I don't reckon it will make human beings happy, Sheriff Jonny. When thus attacked, the Epicureans, a group of philosophers who believed we ought to seek pleasure and avoid pain, have answered that it is not they but their accusers who represent human nature in a degrading light, since the accusation supposes human beings to be capable of no pleasures except those of which swine are capable. There is no known Epicurean theory of life which does not assign to the pleasures of the intellect, of the feelings and imagination, and of the moral sentiments a much higher value as pleasures than to those of mere sensation. Man, this play is awesome. But let's see if we can make a little more sense of that last quote from John Stuart Mill. In the passage we just read, Mill is addressing what we might call the swine objection to utilitarianism. The objection, and we heard Ned and Ted make it, is that utilitarianism is degrading because it suggests that human beings are like pigs, but there is more to being human than enjoying pleasure. Mill's response is that this ignores the variety of possible pleasures humans can experience. Human happiness should be understood in terms of pleasure, yes, but humans are capable of enjoying more kinds of pleasures than pigs, including higher, exclusively human pleasures, such as those that come from reading, writing, and all kinds of things, watching movies. I get it. Just because utilitarianism is a moral theory that defines the good in terms of happiness or pleasure, it doesn't mean that it has to have a superficial understanding of what causes human beings to be happy or to have pleasure. While it's true that a pig gets its pleasure from rolling in the mud, eating food, other activities, humans get their pleasures from a variety of things. Yes, they're carnal pleasures, but there are also pleasures of the mind, all kinds of things. So it doesn't have to be overly limited. Well, gosh, I can hardly wait for Act 2, but I'm going to go out in the lobby now and get a soda pop to go with my popcorn, and I'll be back after the first intermission.